Hello, hello. We are back at it again. Chest and back. Pretty decent day. It was fun, but I have one more meal. I gotta go to bed, go to work. So, late night sesh. Real fun. Okay. I have something that's been nagging me for I think, a few months now or years. It's gotta be like a few years. Because it's like listening to people, like, when you move shit, I have a few friends that I've like helped move their couches and shit and like that, move furniture and stuff, and like, or do some heavy lifting for like some like friends and stuff or family members and all that stuff. And they'll tell me, "Oh, now you don't have to go to the gym today." That annoys the living crap out of me, because it's not a just I lift heavy stuff. It's training is not like, it's different physically and it's different mentally for me. So I can lift heavy shit all day, every day, and I'd still go to the gym. I could be beat and all that, and I'd still go to the gym. It's a mental thing for me. So like, I'm not gonna push back a gym session because I'm beat. No, usually, if that ever happens, I just go do it the next day. I like make sure I hit that the next day. It's just an earlier rest day. That's what I'll do. But like, moving furniture and stuff does not make me sore. It doesn't like. Also, the idea that like moving furniture and stuff is gonna build me muscle, the muscle I want, is crazy work. Like, even construction workers, like when they'll do like heavy lifting and stuff like that, oh yeah, no, you don't gotta do it at the gym. That's your workout for the day. If it was, I wouldn't be built. It wouldn't, not built, like, because I'm small, but I wouldn't be decently muscular. I would end up looking more like you guys. I would be less active because I'm letting myself be like, oh well, I already did my workout for today. Why do I gotta go to the gym now? No, it's nothing to do with that now. It's everything to do with like, hey, you're here. You did your job. I don't give a fuck what you think. Your job, depending on what it is, can be physically taxing or mentally taxing. I like to separate my gym session from any work I do. Moving shit, anything like that. Or like, because today I was working on like the bed of my truck, welding it together and stuff like that. You know, lifting it. It was heavy, but I still went to the gym because it has nothing to do with, oh, I lift heavy shit, that's my gym. No, it's, hey, I do certain movements to build these muscles so I can be stronger, so stuff like this is easier. So it's not a crack on anybody who does manual labor. I do manual labor. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do manual labor for my job, and I'm still going to the gym because it's a movement pattern that's different. That's gonna build the muscle. Like, not to be like, oh, I'm better than everyone else. No, I've never seen any like really big person, like really buff person, who just does manual labor. I haven't. But I have seen some dudes who are fairly built just doing really heavy manual labor. Like, there was a guy who is the dude who puts on these metal like slabs for semi trucks, and they're a good 200 pounds, if not more, once they're all put together. Like this, these are 3/4 plates, so almost an inch thick plates, and they're 18 by I think 26 or 32 inches. So they're a big fucking slab, and this dude just picks it up like it's nothing. Because he does it all day long. And he's built because of that. Moving furniture is like at most 100 pounds. So like you're not going to be the most built person from doing that. Because guess what? You're not making your muscle have to work any harder. I'm betting this dude started off like fairly small and then like lifting these heavy things all day every day. Probably put muscle on him, but did he get any bigger afterwards? No, he stayed about relatively the same size because his muscles did not have to grow anymore, because they got to the strength they needed, they got to the size they needed because of that, and they didn't grow. So that's the interesting thing, is like your muscles want to stay a certain size. They try and atrophy a lot. Like, like obese people. Some of them have small legs. Like they have very like small legs, but they can carry all that weight for a short period of time. Not a lot of time, but a fairly short period of time. And because of that, their leg muscles are fairly strong, but they're not built because they don't want to walk on their legs all day every day because it's just so much harder. That's the thing. But unlike that, the gym, I go to the gym and I lift heavyweight for a certain amount of reps, for a certain amount of sets, and I tell my muscles, you have to grow because I'm moving this type of weight and I'm going to go do it again. You better get stronger and bigger, or you're going to not be able to do this. That's also why rest is such a big thing. That's why protein is such a big thing and stuff like that, is because the less ability, like the more ability you push and get stronger, the better. And that's the thing, is like construction. I like work construction and stuff like that somewhat. And like we'll lift heavy pieces of glass and stuff like that. And it's heavy, yes. But it's not that bad comparatively to what I do in the gym, because I've prepped myself to deal with weight like that. So it's not going to be the worst thing for you to go to the gym a little bit, even when you work construction, because the more muscle you have, the better. Like I would wish more and more construction workers would at least take one day a week to work out instead of drink beer at the end of their day. Because yes, it's a stupid job, it's a difficult job, it's dumb, I know. But guess what? There's a healthier way than drinking your fucking anger away. There's such a healthier way to do it. It's called the gym. If you worked out as much as you drank a beer, I would bet that gut that you have would be abs. Because I've talked to all my coworkers, and some of them drink fucking some of them drink like a 12-pack a weekend. That's 12 beers. That's 6 beers a day. Let's say you spend just those 2 days, you're drinking that much. Let's say you spend hour of weightlifting and another few hours of just doing cardio. I bet you would feel better. You wouldn't feel as like not lethargic, but you wouldn't feel as crampy and like hurt all the time. You would probably feel like your joints don't ache as much. Because instead of putting a poison in your body all the time, you're actually making your body need and want to do something. Like we're animals, just like everybody else, like every other animal. We need physical exercise for us to be healthy. And we've made it easier to the point where we don't have to do all this physical exercise like every other animal. Like dogs are one of the other animals that we have domesticated and we have made just like humans. They have become more obese. They've become less healthy than their ancestors. Because, well, we've made it easier to get that food. We've made it easier for them to not have to work as hard to get food. So, yes, I understand that it's not the coolest thing to do. But I would say go to the gym more often. That is my message. It'll be my message until the day I die. If you go to the gym or if you move, I don't give a fuck if you actually go to the gym. I actually genuinely don't care if you could buy a gym membership. If you go on like runs or anything, or pick up a sport, like a small sport that you do every weekend, that you just find fun. Like pick up basketball games. If there's like a open basketball court near you, like one of those fenced in ones you see in like movies and stuff, and like in parks and stuff, and you just go to a pick up basketball game, or you play pickleball. You find a pickleball league that's really not that intense that you're just wanting to try. Yeah, do like you swim, you do all this stuff, like all of these things. Genuinely will make your life easier. It'll make you happier. You'll be less like quick to anger, I feel like, because like when I don't go, like when I talk to my girlfriend and stuff like that, she hasn't gone to the gym in a minute, and she said it on many occasions. She's like, I really need to get back into doing some physical activity because I need an outlet for this anger that I'm dealing with. And yeah, doing some type of physical work does help with your mental. Like it helps with your mental state a lot. If you're dealing with a ton of stress, my suggestion is not to bury it and stuff like that. Communicate it with people that are around you. Talk to people around you. But also try and do a physical activity to get your mind off of it. It'll help a ton. Like if you are so stressed out in life, I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to help you. Some type of physical activity. Because it'll release release endorphins. It'll make you happier. It'll actually like genuinely, like there's been studies showing that in like brain scans, people who do like more physical activities and that aren't just as frustrated as people who don't, they live longer. They're actually less frustrated. They're happier. By the end of the day, they're actually a genuinely happier person. So if those studies are showing, those statistics are showing that like activity levels can be a helper for your anger and like other things like that, where you're not like wanting to punch your boss or stuff like that, or like beat up people just randomly. Like, some people just go to the bars to get in bar fights. That is a crazy thing that I found out, is some people don't even want the alcohol at a bar. They just go there because it's a place you can get in a bar fight, and it's not as troublesome because it's kind of well known that bars have bar fights. So like that is the crazy thing, is stuff like that is just genuinely like, that's something that like you have to think about. Like if you have a ton of anger and you want to punch something, I'm gonna give you a suggestion. Go join a boxing gym. You're gonna get that anger, that like wanting, that feeling of wanting to punch something out of you because you're punching a bag. And then like when you get better, guess what you get to do? You actually get to punch. you get to spar with people, and you learn the what's the word? Not the, I forget the word. You learn the restraint. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't remember. You learn restraint from it because you realize you can hurt someone real bad, because even without any type of like training, you could accidentally hurt and put someone to rest, because anything can happen in a street fight. But if you do like boxing or MMA, there are rules and there are things to help you with that and make sure you're okay, and you don't have to worry about it as much. So you don't have to worry about accidentally hurting someone real bad. They're like, these people signed up to do that, and that's a genuine thing, okay to do. But like, if you don't have that urge, that need to punch someone, go to the gym, do an activity that'll help with that. Get your frustration out. Get your frustration out. Because if you can get all of your frustration out that day, and it's not just because you had to yell at someone or stuff like that. Like, I don't think I yell as much as I used to. I think it's because I've let go more. I've just let go of that anger that I've had stewing in me for so long and stuff like that. But like, that is a genuine thing I think about, is like, hey, maybe the gym has changed me to be a better person. Also, someone who's also changed me for a better person is my significant other, because I've talked to her about this sometimes. Is like, she's changed me for the better because she knows that like holding on to grudges and stuff does not help anybody. Ugh. But she has trouble too, because she's human. Everybody has some things that sideline them and some things that they don't see, and like all kinds of stuff. You're not a robot. That's something that like a lot of people have to get through their head, especially like a lot of like people I've talked to. Like, not to be rude, but like, men have the dumbest of people. Like, we are one of the dumbest, like, fucking opposite sex, because we let our pride get a hold of us, which, hey, that's kept us alive. Pride is something that everyone has, but goddamn, jumping off a bridge is not the smartest fucking thing because you think it'll impress a girl. It's not smart, but hey, if it works, it works. But like, genuinely, like, people I've talked to, you got to let things go. You have to not let it ruin your day. Because yes, we have that one guy at our workplace that if he didn't come into work, everyone would be happier. That is how everyone's got that guy. And sometimes that guy is your boss. And it sucks more. But nothing you can do about it at that point. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing you can do. You just gotta let it roll for a second. It's gonna pass. Because guess what? Your boss doesn't talk to you very much if you work, depending on where you work. Like, as long as you do your job very well, most of the time, your boss tries to just leave you alone and let you do your job. And if you work at like some companies, your boss has an underling who you talk to most of the time. Because that's a genuine thing. Like, I don't talk to my genuine boss all the time. I talk to the shop manager most of the time. Because guess what? My boss is way more occupied to be dealing with this this low ground stuff. So we need the mediator for people to talk to. And guess what? Most of the time, the mediator is a better person to talk to in general. So that's the fun thing. It's just some days you have to deal with the idiot. And the idiot, that's okay. You will genuinely be okay with it. It'll be fine. But, hey, it's okay. You just have to let it roll off your back sometimes. It's not the best, comprehensive, thought process, but it is one that's helped a lot. For me, it's just genuinely letting it roll off your back, being that much more excited to deal with. If I am easier to deal with, less people want to, be mad at me, so just, that's what I think. So, have a good day, have a good night. I'm gonna park right here. See you later. Up. Chest. Up. Fuck. Good enough for me. I don't care. Whoa. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Keep pushing. Ugh.